All right, welcome back to this episode of Ricky's Roundtable. This week, we actually have a roundtable. And we got two guests. We got Kat Mertsch and we got Jen Allen. Let's get into it. All right, Jen, you've been playing disc golf for a long while, and I'm just curious, what drew you into the sport?
So, been playing since 99, so it's like over 25 years now. And my ex-husband played, and go out and watch them play a little bit, and it did not take too many rounds that I was like, give me one of those and I can do this too. And so I wasn't much for just watching. I love to participate, and I learned from a lot of incredible players in Norman, Oklahoma. We have some great, Hall of Famers. Mitch McClellan, his brother Clint was incredible. Coda, Danny Stacy back in the day. We had some like really great players, and I learned from them, so I got good pretty quick. Went to Am Worlds in 99 after playing for 6 months, and then went pro after that.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah.
Hooked me in quick. Yeah.
Yeah. Oklahoma's definitely had a good disc golf scene over the years for sure. Lots of good players, like you said. Coda. I remember going to the World Championships 2009, and he made lead card, and he was like, everyone's talking about Coda, and of course everyone's talking about you too. But yeah, no, that's super cool that Oklahoma disc golf has. She's still on the map. We
have a great Okie that moved out to Arizona, Devin Owens. We got to get him back playing
I
again,
know. We got to get him out of retirement. I know. I'm working on it. Me and my brother are both working on it, but it's taken a lot.
Yeah.
All right, Kat, you're kind of part of the new wave of disc golf, and I'm just curious, what's your first impressions of the sport and where you've settled in your career?
Oh, far from settled in, honestly. I guess my first impression, I came out on a semi-tour in 2020. It was the year I graduated high school. And, of course, it was the year that COVID happened. So I drove all the way to Waco. And then it was a 2-day event because the final day was canceled. And I was like, dang, dude. Like, am I even going to pop out on tour, anymore? Is this a thing? So I just kept going after that. I guess my first impression of the tour was everyone was a lot friendlier than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, you thought it was going to be more of like a cliquey, country club environment.
You can't play with us.
Right, yeah.
We don't want you on our card.
Right, yeah.
Sorry.
That's funny. So it's a lot different than real life, obviously. You make, everyone's kind of a tight-knit circle. Of course, within that circle, there are cliques, but for the most part, everyone's
it's a family. We all travel place to place, weekend to weekend, so, It's a family. Your car breaks down. Everyone's over in the parking lot trying to help you out. Hey, your cat's up in a tree, man. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, someone's climbing the tree to get it down for you.
Yeah, we got it, dude.
I remember Ella at Preserve. We got stuck, and she came up with her little rescue kit. And she put her tires under the tire and got me out of there. So, but yeah, that's kind of the tour for you. Everyone kind of gives back in their own way.
It's a family.
Yeah, so I'm glad the tour broke that country club that you thought it was. It's not. That's the beauty of our sport for sure. I think that it's so accessible, and people are tight knit, and everyone, like you said, the pros are accessible, and more so than any other sport.
Yeah.
And so like when you first got involved, you probably had this like shyness, like I don't really want to. I don't know if I fit in, and then you kind of work your way and find your way into the sport, and that's
maybe wasn't a shyness. I was definitely
she wasn't shy.
I guess you're not shy like most people are. Yeah, you're just coming
with my chest puffed out, trying to establish myself in my presence.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. That is a better way to put it for sure.
They're back, and better than ever. The 2025 Discraft Tour Series lineup has arrived, featuring the fan favorite Z-Swirl plastic. Swirly, grippy, and built for flight. Z-Swirl was a standout in 2020, and now it's here again for another legendary season. Support your favorite Discraft pros and bag a piece of disc golf history. These limited edition discs won't last long, so grab yours before they're gone. Available now at discraft.com.
What was your first tournament like?
Like ever?
Yeah. You get to tell us your experience. Kat can start, and then Jen can go after that. Everyone remember, at least I definitely remember my first tournament.
My first tournament.
How it went down, how nervous you were, all that kind of stuff. Because it's sticking, as a disc golfer, you're like, this is kind of burned in your mind.
Man, we went to Monticello, Arkansas. My mom drove us up.
Is it C tier or B tier?
Honestly, don't remember.
Okay. Probably unsanctioned if it's Arkansas. I'm just guessing.
It might
Nothing against Arkansas, but
no,
I'm just guessing.
It might have been. I was 14. It was like 2 months after I started playing. I played in like FJ14 or whatever the thing was. I played against this girl named Autumn, I believe, and Wedge was playing in intermediate.
Your brother, right?
Yeah. Oh, Wedge. He's just ridiculous.
I ran into him randomly like a couple years ago.
I'm
It was funny.
so sorry.
It was interesting.
He's a monster.
Yeah. But anyways, back in Monticello, Arkansas.
Monticello, Arkansas. I don't even know if the course is there anymore, but pretty much I was sidearm dominant 2 months into playing, and I went Blizzard Boss.
Oh, okay.
Like a
crushing
150 Blizzard
Blizzy Boss.
I had this White Star Max in my bag.
Oh, yeah.
I had a Havoc in my bag, a Halo, but I won.
Oh, okay.
So I won my first
Gotta remember
tournament,
that part.
and I was like, this is sick. And about after that, I found out there was a tour, and I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
So
you went from unsanctioned potential tournament in Monticello to like, all right, I won that. I want to go on tour. That's a big jump. Big step, yeah.
pretty much.
All right, I can appreciate that. All right, Jen.
I don't actually remember which one. It was way too long ago.
Yeah,
but
first couple. Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple.
I kind of started at the beginning of the year, and so I would assume I played. It was like an ice bowl or something like that.
Those used to be huge.
Norman,
so
they were really big in Norman. And so I'm going to guess it was probably like an ice bowl. And then, of course, probably the most tournaments I've ever played of the same tournament is the Norman Pro-Am.
Okay.
And
that's cool.
I think Statmando threw up a stat not too long ago that I had won like 16 Norman Pro-Ams or something like that. Awesome. There's a large number.
Dang, dude.
Makes me want to go back and like keep playing them because it's been a while.
Get up to 20. See if you can get up to 20.
Dude, yeah.
Be fun.
I love those Oklahoma tournaments.
Yeah, they have some great tournaments.
That's one of the longest running tournaments, isn't it?
Yes, and so during COVID, we passed the Wintertime Open.
Oh, okay.
Because California shut down and Oklahoma was like,
that's awesome.
Whatever.
I said, yep, we're still going.
But then I think the Wintertime ended up having one in like December.
To make up for it, they're trying to catch up. They're like, we don't want to let you pass this.
We're right there. It's like got to be close to 45 or something like that. I don't know. It's a lot. Jeez. Yes.
Okay.
Shut up, dude. What about you? What's your first tournament?
First tournament? So my first tournament, I remember, it's in Ohio. It was Ashtabula, Ohio. It was a C tier, and it was called Shoot the Breeze. And I had like a blue DX Rock and like a DX Valkyrie, beat to crap. Like been ran over 100 times.
Nice.
Probably, the dude I got it from is like probably, threw into like a couple trees and turned into a taco. He's like, I threw that in the back of my garage. I'm like, oh sweet, I want to try this one. This looks fun. It says Valkyrie on it for whatever reason. It caught my eye. So I threw that and a blue rock, I remember, and there was like a puncture through it.
Nice.
But it flew so good. Yeah. Hey, when you're an AM3 and first disc ever, like it's totally fine. Didn't even know the rules, right? So I definitely wasn't one to start like, I wasn't like, I laced the line right off the bat. Like I threw my shot like 100 feet in the air and it plopped to the ground. Like I didn't rip it. I didn't have a natural Frisbee motion. I didn't have it. But yeah, my first tournament I played probably only a couple months after I started playing. Kind of like you. It was probably like 4 months. It wasn't like I played for a year, then played a tournament. It was like, hey, this is a fun game. I want to play tournaments. Where do I sign up? Yeah. And so I played that tournament and played terrible. I think I was like AM3 or something. I remember a lot of the players that I played with, I kept in touch with over the years. And the dude that gave me my first disc, actually, he's coming to the tournament this week in Deagle.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So his name's Derek Bonner. He's from Ohio, and I went in his garage and grabbed the red Valkyrie and the blue DX Rock. So
are you trading back anything cool this weekend? I feel like he deserves something.
Yeah, we're going to the Tigers game later, so we're gonna go hang out with them at the Tigers game, and we always hang out, and I'm always very grateful that he did that. So, yep. That was a fun moment for me.
Some good football in Michigan this weekend.
Oh yeah,
OU Michigan.
I know OU Michigan. It's in OU though.
I know it's here. I think
is it? No, it's in OU.
It is. It's game day. That's right.
If it was here, we would go.
Yes, for sure.
That would for sure. All right, guys. I partnered up with JomezPro, and we've come out with some new discs for my Ricky's Roundtable podcast. We've got zones, we got thrashers, we got nukes, and lots more. Be sure to check them out on JomezPro.com. Okay, this one's for you, Jen.
Okay.
What are some of the challenges that some of the FPO/female players were faced with when you first started playing?
So until recently, I think it's been like that for a very long time. We just saw our huge growth and the depth of talent in our field. But I would say for a solid, maybe almost like 15 years, 10, 15, those first years that I played, And I was clearly not at the beginning. Like, I felt like, back in the day, I was the newbie behind JK and Dez and all those. We had some great players, but you were traveling a state to go play them. And so there was, one or two women in Oklahoma that played. And so I would go down to Texas and play against Paige, or Liz was down there.
Lopez.
And then you go up to Kansas and find one or two, or over to Missouri and go to St. Louis and play. So I kind of traveled the surrounding, I would say 10 hours, radius of trying to go and find another female to play against.
Yeah, whereas now you could probably, if you're in Oklahoma, you could drive 3 hours in any direction in the state and have 20 tournaments to play. Like, it's crazy.
Absolutely.
As opposed to like when, even for me, like there's the same way. I had to go all the different states because the list was like you scroll once and you're already down the list. Now you can scroll 20 times and still not go through all the tournaments in a weekend.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
I would say we were lucky to have a foursome.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the times there'd be one or two of us and we were playing with, MP40 or whatever. You were stuck in all the other divisions. So for, I would say, at least the first 5 years, I was probably playing with at least one or two men on my card. And so that's a big difference. I don't think the women have to play with the men anymore, but that was very common. Yeah,
that's interesting. All right, let me grip. Sorry, phone dropped into the butt crack down here. Butt crack the table. I guess, this is more for... Oh.
I got it.
Okay. Hold on to it this time.
Give me your phone.
Yeah, right. Cool. All right. How has the athleticism changed over the years, would you say?
So drastically. I felt like I was probably one of the few that really, because of my physical therapy career, was very fit and stretched and did exercises and stuff like that. And it didn't really used to be like that, I would say, at all. But now everyone is very, conscious of their health, making sure that they're giving their body rest. And I would even say, like, nutritionally are trying to, eat better. I mean, it's hard on the road all the time. But, like, most people living on the road now, they're showering at Planet Fitness. So if they're there to shower, they're going to get a little workout. And that was not a thing.
Yeah, no, exactly, yeah.
So I think definitely, and we're, a younger, more athletic group of individuals, I would say. I mean, we always had some very athletic people playing, but there were all shapes, sizes, ages, and now it's still anyone can play the sport, but you really see some very fit, athletic competitors in every division now.
All right, Kat, what was your impressions on FPO disc golf growing up, and did you have any role models?
Well, growing up, I started when I was 14, and I guess I started watching coverage when I was almost 15 or whatever. Paige Pierce was extremely dominant.
Yeah.
So during that time, so I kind of like mimicked her putt style, and I was sidearm dominant. And I remember my first Jonesboro Open, I actually went up to Sarah Hokum, and instead of saying, "Hey, can you sign my disc?" I said, "Hi, my name's Kat Mertsch. A lot of people say that we throw a lot alike, and I'll see you out on tour soon." So, I mean, I don't know. It's just that I was ready to take it on.
What was your first moment seeing Hokum on tour once you were on tour? Did you flash back to that? Like, hey, do you remember this? You remember me? I was that 15-year-old twerp that came up to you.
Yeah, I do, honestly. A lot of the times I'm hanging out and I'm looking at her.
She'd go up to her and just say that randomly. Hey,
you're still here.
You should, you're still here. I'm still here. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was pretty incredible. I'd always wanted to be a professional athlete in something, but I was too sporadic for any other sport. So we decided Frisbee golf.
Yeah. It's a good fit.
Yeah. But
sure.
the women, the way they were throwing, the way the competition was, and because Paige was so dominant and so fierce, I saw myself being that and more. So I don't know, just seeing the way that the ladies competed motivated me.
Cool.
That was my first impression of that.
I love you.
Great answer.
There's a few little girls. Genevieve is always one. Every time I go to a junior world or something, Genevieve walks up and she's like, "I'm going to break your record."
Yeah.
They're like, "I'm ready to watch you do it."
They're hungry, dude. They want it.
There's the juniors, the women. these young ladies, holy cow.
Yeah, man.
I was very fortunate to help.
The girl from Norway.
Well, I'm just talking about the juniors here in America.
Oh, gotcha. I thought you were talking
Yeah,
about
I helped with
international.
Junior Worlds 2 years. I couldn't this year because we were in Finland, but
Oh, you caddy there?
holy cow. I just
That's
helped the
cool.
whole week. It was in Oklahoma. So, I got to see Trinity and Rebecca Dawn and all these girls before they moved up.
Right.
Yeah.
And
You could tell they were gonna be good, yeah.
Absolutely. They were incredible. Ida, as well as Yida.
Oh, she was there?
Yes.
Okay.
And
At
so
World, I
there
didn't know
was
that.
just like at least I would say 10 young ladies in so many different divisions that you're just like, oh my gosh, like that.
Yeah.
Talk about something that's changed from 25 years ago.
There was no that.
No,
yeah,
my
young-
daughter would play occasionally just because there was no kids that would play, let alone girls.
Yeah.
There were very few even
Yeah.
young boys that played.
Yeah.
There really wasn't a juniors
No, juniors in
division.
general is not the thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now it's just stacked
Yeah.
every
Yeah,
year.
and these kids,
It's awesome, yeah.
they
are-
love it.
So I
They want
think
it.
that
Yep.
kind of like both the questions you previously asked me about like what it was like then, there wasn't a juniors. And because these kids are starting so young,
Yeah.
that's also bringing in the athleticism. These kids are young and fit and ready
Strong,
to
yep.
go. And so that's, I think, probably the biggest difference looking at it because, man, there's some talented young
For
girls
sure.
out there.
Yep.
It's going to
No.
be fun to watch.
100%.
It wasn't like that even when I played Junior Worlds.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I went twice.
Yeah, that was what, 8 years ago? 7 years ago?
If you started in 2020, you started on tour in 2020?
Yeah.
Well, you said you're
I
when
guess
you're-
like 2018 and 2019
was when you went to Junior Worlds.
I think so.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
6-7
And there
years
was
ago.
probably just like a handful or 10.
There was just a handful of girls.
Yeah.
And now there's 50 or
20, yeah,
100,
at least of
Yeah.
girls. Yeah.
So it
Great.
started growing big time within that time as well. And
Yeah.
some of the girls I competed against, they kind of like taken a step back, and I'm like, come on, dude, get out there, get out there and throw. I know you can do it. I seen it.
All right, this one's for you, Jen. Is you have the distance world record. That's an awesome thing to have. You've had it for almost 10 years, right?
I believe so.
And so yeah, just tell us about that and how that works, because I know a lot of people don't really know. You go out in the desert and you throw a shot basically as far as you can, and you measure it, and that's how
Right.
that's how it goes.
It is very, specific. Wiggins' dad goes out there and, they calculate the wind. We have a wind reader. There's one stake that's dropped for the entire day. And so if the wind changes, you can move the edge of the tee pad any direction, but the one pin is dropped for the whole day.
That's cool.
So it's a large area, and I think that's why they pick it out there. It's just because it's flat as flat can be, and it's such a big area that you can change directions and throw it 800 feet in any
Right.
way. So I think that's kind of, I don't know why or how long they used the desert. I only
sense.
was able to throw it the one time.
That's all you needed. One and done.
But it's kind of like our distance competitions at Worlds. You get 5 throws, but we got 3 trials. So it's a tournament. There was like 20 people when I went, men and women that competed, and we played open as well as masters that were trying to break. And there might have been a junior that was there trying to break records, but whiff diff is very strict.
On the
and
the rules
so
and regulations.
it's not
yeah.
just like semi-calculated. It's very specific, and everything's recorded. Time, date, stamp, temp, everything. And yeah, it was super, super fun. I was able to break it the very first throw. Having Juliana there watching was special to me, and as well as, all the men that are the best throwers in the world. So
awesome.
it was great.
Yeah.
Day one was like a normal, decent wind. That's the thing that we have to talk
Yeah, you have
about.
to the wind,
Every
yeah.
year we have to defend the wind. But day one, when Simon and I broke the record back to back, the wind was maybe 14-ish. It looks windy with the flags a little bit, but it wasn't that strong of a wind. Day two, there was 0 wind. It's a 3-day competition. And so the boys didn't even show up, but the girls went out there and had some fun. We broke JK broke the rolling record.
Oh, roller. That's cool.
I almost broke the overhand record.
Oh, okay.
And then I broke the mini distance record.
Oh, okay.
So I have the mini record at like 3:10.
Okay.
I think, something like
That's
that.
great.
Nice, dude.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
I'd never thrown a mini before.
Right. Yeah, you're like, I'll try it out. Yeah.
It worked. Broke it. But then day 3 was the crazy wind that everyone always like says, oh yeah, anyone can throw a far shot in the wind when it's that windy. But I defend the boys every year because there was only like 3 shots that actually flew. It was so windy.
Yeah, that it was
People
like,
don't understand.
Right.
Tailwind, crosswind, doesn't matter. If it's that windy, it was probably like 30 maybe. I don't know for sure. I don't
So you're just
calculate
getting
it.
all these weird wind drops.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
lifts
they
and-
would get them up. I mean, like, you're seeing Double G and Alex was out there throwing. They're barely getting 400 feet.
Right, exactly.
And so it was like the most perfect. And Simon threw one too, but they never saw it. It was so dusty, so they never saw it land.
Oh,
and
no.
so Simon had one that went who knows how far.
But they just never were able to track
Yeah,
it.
he throws that like peachy boss.
Oh, so it's like invisible. That's
But,
crazy.
Yeah, David's it just caught the perfect
Wind, yeah.
carry. But it's pretty difficult to throw it in the wind. But I know there's some incredible women out here who can throw really far. I know that record will be beat at some point. These kids are so good. But it's been an honor to hold that for quite a while.
That's very impressive for sure.
Dude, I think you got it. I think you got it.
Still, I can still throw them.
Yeah. I think the record's going to be yours for a while, dude.
What has changed on tour over the years the most from when you started until now? That's different for you than it is for you, but I'll let you go first, Kat.
There's a lot more RVs instead of vans.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
People upgraded from vans to RVs, yeah.
Big time.
You're one of them. You're
yeah,
one of them.
I love my wagon.
Yeah.
The battle wagon.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty great.
Yep.
I just had a sub put in it.
Oh, so you're ripping. That's hilarious. What song bumps the most in that thing?
The first song I played was Miniman.
Oh, yeah, of
50s.
course. You got to. That is a classic. Early 2000s.
I'm proud of you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like it a
And
lot.
then you're ripping some EDM in there, I'm sure.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Try not to blow up this beaker
Yeah,
immediately.
you want to kill it immediately.
Yeah, the 50 Cent won't blow it up right away. That's cool. Yeah, no, that is a big thing for sure, is the van life and the RV life for
Yeah.
sure. What about you, Jen?
I don't live on the road. I'm too
Yeah.
old for that stuff. So I like to just fly home back and forth or do the hotel life. But it is crazy to see how many can survive on the road now. That's a big difference than people. There used to be,
More than we thought, yeah.
5
2
or
or
6
3,
people
maybe, in each
shoved in
division.
one car. That's
Yeah.
how everyone used to get to tournament to tournament.
And
so
maybe
now,
only one of them was actually on tour. Everyone else just flew in for that big tournament and then they went home, right?
Yeah. So now that everyone has their own ride, and you're seeing more and more big RVs that have something disc golf, whether it be the player's face or just the brand plastered all over it. So the sport's grown enough that we can see a lot more of that going down the highway and in the parking lots.
It's pretty sick, dude.
Definitely recognizable.
Yeah, you're in a city, you see all the wraps of the RVs and vans and people driving around. You're like, oh, hey, ran into so-and-so at Jersey Mike's or wherever. Yeah.
I ran into you at the shower. Do you remember?
Yeah. Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awkward.
Yeah. No, what are you talking about? Yeah. But yeah, no, there's just amount of people that can make it on tour. Like you said, it's way more than I ever thought was going to be possible, 10 years ago even.
And we still question how we all do it.
Yeah, for sure. Right. It can test your sanity sometimes.
It's not easy.
a grind. Yeah,
It's not easy.
Mental
Not
grind.
easy.
I always tell everyone that asks that when you travel a lot is like, oh yeah, you live in a suitcase. Yeah, all my clothes are permanently wrinkled all the time. Just like you're just living in a suitcase, cramming in clothes, open it up the next thing, do the smell check. Freaking, is this thing clean? No, it's not. I'm like, it's such a grind just not having a place to put your stuff. Like the routine of it.
You don't want to disappoint anyone or discourage when they're like, oh my God, like this is their dream to go on tour. And it's like, it's not as great as you think it is. It's very difficult, very challenging, mentally, physically.
Oh yeah.
Financially.
I think the biggest thing is like whenever you're on tour, you love it and you enjoy it, but you're like, okay, I can't wait for the off season so I can just relax and like have my own space and have my own routine of like to being in your own city for longer than a week
Yep.
Like, because by the time you get settled in, you're leaving to the next city.
Yep.
So it's like you want that, like, a little bit of stability. Like, okay, I can chill here for a couple months, don't have to rush around. And so, but then when you're at home, you want to be back on tour. It's like this vicious cycle of like never-ending cycle of the grass is greener on whatever side you're not on at that moment.
Very
So,
much so.
I mean, I struggle. Not really a struggle, but that's just kind of how it goes for me.
Absolutely.
And I think it's same for you guys too.
Yeah, I miss home, but I can't stay there for more than a couple months,
Right.
man.
Yeah. You're like, all right, I'm ready to go.
I need to
You feel like a
go.
caged animal. You're like, I gotta get out of here. Yeah.
I'm sitting there watching the scores every week and saying, why am I not here
Right. Yeah.
playing now?
Exactly. Yeah. For sure.
Got that itch.
Yeah. No, 100%. All right. This is a question for you both. Is an unexpected funny story on tour that you haven't really shared, but you want to
probably has enough
that
for
you
both
want to
of us.
share. Yeah. She's thinking. Do you want to share first?
Oh gosh,
Do it.
I'm not on tour on the road.
Yeah.
I
much.
just had something happen last week.
Okay,
Yeah.
you have something
All right,
fresh.
Go
So-
for it.
I have 2 cats.
Yeah. Cat's got 2 cats.
I got 2 cats.
All right.
I have Jim Leahy and Wonder Quartz. Wonder Quartz has got a lot of fur. So I was sitting on my bed just chilling. Like, this is a few days ago. Saturday, actually. And Chowder at the moment, Chandler Ray, is staying with me. And she's like, why does it smell like crap in here? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, it smells so bad. I was like, is it the cat? And she's like, I think it is. He had eaten a piece of grass that was still inside of his butt.
Bottom.
Hold on. It's not.
How's that possible?
Hold on. There was a turd stuck to this piece of grass
What?
that was out of his butt, and it was in his fur. And so I'm sitting there, like,
He was licking it off or
he
something?
was just
help me.
like
Please help me.
like crouching. And I'm like, oh no. So I try to get it out of his fur. He doesn't like it. He runs off. There's poop on the floor where he sat down for a
Just
minute.
smearing
And I'm
it all
like,
over the RV?
it was a nightmare. So for about, I'm gonna say 30 minutes, I tried to I cornered him in the bathroom and just had
Trying to get...
yeah,
He's
I
probably
had
trying
a
to claw
towel.
the crap out of you?
Yeah, man, he actually got me on my hand the
Oh,
other day.
ouch.
Dude, on my throwing hand. But so I cornered him in the bathroom. I had a wet washcloth. He's upset. He starts running from me, and eventually I have to like just kind of lay on top of him and then cut this turd hair.
Off his fur.
Was this a gross or a funny? What was the question? No.
Funny, yeah. I guess more, graphic. Graphic, but it's not really graphic, but yeah.
So, yeah, he did
Unique.
that. He likes to bring
Interesting.
dead animals into the RV sometimes too.
Birds and stuff.
Like rabbits.
Oh, really? Baby
Yeah,
rabbits?
Yeah, man, he's bad about it.
Are they still live? Some of them are barely live. Yeah. Cats are killers. They really
dude,
are.
They destroy.
Straight killers.
But yeah, that was my story, and that happened recently.
Poop kitty.
I
Poop
kind of
kitty.
think
All
it's
right, got
funny
it.
now.
But at the moment,
in the
I was
moment,
like, that
I
is
was
not a funny story.
Fuming. I was fuming because my RV was just fumigated
Stench,
with
yeah.
butt stink. I hated it so much.
That's funny. All right, Jen.
Okay, this is not on tour.
Yeah.
Probably, I think the funniest thing that's ever happened on a golf course was we were playing a casual round back in the day, and we threw one over the baseball field, and my daughter thought she could climb the fence. It was a very tall fence, and she proceeded to try to jump and hung herself from her shorts. Nike shorts were stitched good. But she
just got snagged.
hanging, just
Snagged.
no arms, no legs, just hanging.
Did you get a picture of it?
No, but
that would've been
I won't
amazing.
name the player who
Okay.
had to jump the
I
fence.
figured you'd take a picture before you help her out.
I don't feel like
No?
we really used our phones as much back then.
Okay,
But I mean, I'm sure we did, but
Yeah.
we weren't recording everything
I
like
know.
we record
Right, yeah,
now.
exactly, yeah.
But yes, someone had to jump the fence and unhook her and lift her down. Like it was not a baby hang. Like she was probably
That's
4
so
feet
funny.
off the
Oh my
ground,
God.
hanging.
That
so
reminds-
that's
Okay,
probably
then.
my favorite story, and it's been about 10 years or so.
hilarious. So that reminds me of a story. Actually, I watched the show Cops. You know where they
Oh,
they
yeah.
show all the chasing criminals.
Yeah.
Well, they were chasing some criminal that got out of a car and ran and like jumped over a fence, and his like jeans got stuck, and he got completely stuck on his whole pants got punctured through the fence, and he was just sitting there.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm not doing anything. He was like putting his arms up, like, yeah, you're gonna put your arms up. You can't move. Your pants are stuck. And they like cut him with a knife off his pants off the fence, and they arrested him. Yeah, you're like, oh, you didn't go too far. So that reminded me of that. But that's
probably it will be my all-time favorite.
That is hilarious. Did you get the disc?
She got it. Yeah,
you helped her up.
Or whoever jumped the fence.
That's funny. I love it. All right, so I got to come up with one now. Huh?
Yep.
All right. I don't know if it's funny, but it's more cool.
At least it's not gross.
Yeah, it's not gross. Yeah, we got gross. We got kind of funny, and then we'll have like just kind of, I guess, fun. I guess interesting. Well, I turned 21 in Japan. That was a fun tour moment that I always will remember. But I think I was drinking with Nate and Val, of course, because they were the professional drinkers on tour. Not to throw them under the bus, but they had fun. Yes. I'll put it that way. And so we were in Japan drinking, and we were drinking sake bombs. We're like, you pound the beer into the shot or whatever, and the shot falls into the beer, and you drink it. So yeah, sake bombs my nickname. And so I turned 21. I was like, I gotta do a bunch of sake bombs and drinking sake all in Japan. So it was just super fitting to do that. And we were doing karaoke at the Japan Open Players Party. That was a lot of fun. Asahi was the beer. Have you ever drank that?
No, I haven't.
It's like Japanese.
Dark, isn't it? Very dark.
Yeah.
I'm out.
But yeah, the Japan Open, I wish you would come back. That was such a fun tournament.
I've heard some good
you would
things
love
about
it.
it.
You never got the chance to go, huh?
I want to see the cherry blossoms, dude.
Yeah, the cherry blossoms look so pretty.
Tried to sign up twice in COVID.
I know.
Both times. So
yeah, they were going to do it during COVID, and then they bailed.
And then COVID kind of settled down, and they were going to do it again, and I don't remember what got canceled on that one. But I hope to make it. They did have one more that they unsanctioned. Yeah. That
Jeremy went to Coling, I think he went to.
Yeah, I was going to say, since they unsanctioned it, I didn't go. But that is one more on my list before I retire.
That's such a cool tournament.
For sure.
100%.
That in Australia. I want to go play in Australia, dude.
My fave.
The motherland.
Yes. Shout out to our Australian friends.
As a part of the newer generation, do you feel a responsibility to kind of push the sport forward to the next generation coming up?
I mean, absolutely. I think the influence from this, I don't know. That generation definitely helped me be motivated. So yeah, I definitely want to encourage the younger players to come out and play, because I want to see and I want to beat you guys. So
bring it.
Just bring it all. Do it, lady.
I don't care if you're 12. I will beat you down.
I'll crush your confidence before you get on tour.
Yeah, I mean, I want them to come out and play and like learn. Like golf is more than just a game. Like of course it's a game, but it teaches you about yourself and these little holes in your personality that maybe you need to work on, or your temperament on the course. What does that actually mean, like off the course? Why are you getting upset because you threw it sideways? Are you upset because you threw it sideways, or are you upset about the shot selection and under a moment of pressure? And how does that relate to real life? So I think there's a lot of lessons that could be given to the youth that I'm still learning. Yeah. And I feel like it's full circle.
Have you had any moments of like your hokum moment where you had like yourself, you were young, went up to hokum, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna come beat you on tour? Have you had anyone like that come up to you yet?
Not yet.
No,
really?
You're waiting.
Yeah,
come on up, dude.
Come on
up.
Go to Am Worlds, like Jen said. I'm sure they'll come out of the woodworks.
They are for sure.
I really want to beat you.
They want that chance. They want to get you.
There's got to be a fun kid out there, just like
for sure, just like yourself.
I say Haley Huber. She kind of hits me with that vibe, and I'm like, all right, dude.
You can respect it, huh?
She was another one at Junior Worlds and helping the juniors at U.S. Women's.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Haley is definitely your little mini-me.
Dude. I love her so much.
Similar personality?
Dude, she's an
fire.
animal.
Yeah.
She's a fireball?
She's a fireball.
All right.
Name to watch. She's going to be talented.
Do you feel like the growth of the sponsorship and the media on the FPO side is changing the way you kind of approach competition and treat yourself as a true professional? I guess this is for both of you, but I'll let you go first, Kat.
Do I think what?
How has the kind of like growth of the sponsorship obligations, the media, all that stuff as it pertains to the FPO division specifically? How's that changed your approach to the professional side of how you handle things on and off the course?
I tell you what, I definitely don't want to crash out on camera.
That's for sure.
I don't want to make a mistake because
Have you felt like you have?
Probably.
Yeah. Because you always have that moment where you're like, oh, dang, I didn't even realize the camera was right there. Yeah, you're like, oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody,
has lapse of judgment. Yeah, it happens.
We're all human, things happen, but I definitely care about my image a lot more. Like, I want to be myself, but I want to be more professional
version of yourself.
A work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. Yeah. We'll get there.
Yeah, exactly.
But
you're always leveling up, learning.
Yeah, it's hard to be professional when you are chaotic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely want to put out a good image for the youth, my sponsors, because I am representing them. So yeah, there's definitely. I don't want to use the word pressure, but I don't know what other
it kind of is
word.
Pressure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pressure.
You're not just playing for yourself. You're playing for your sponsor. You're playing for the people that look up to you as well, like that Hannah Huber.
Yeah, and I tell you what too. I'm only 23.
Haley.
Hannah Huber.
Sorry. It was close. That was close. That's close.
Yeah. I'm only 23, and this is my 5th year on tour. There's another pressure with being on camera. The whole world is watching me grow up.
Yeah.
So God forbid I make a mistake.
Yeah.
And it's because online people are not kind. And
no,
they're just not. I've gotten some pretty weird messages lately, and I'm like, dude, we've never met.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know me.
You
don't know what I got.
Yeah.
But there's pressure with this cameras going around and stuff for sure.
Is that another cat mark?
That's probably the chorus. God,
it is from the chorus, actually.
The thorns are brutal.
Yeah.
That should be your next song.
Oh God.
Cat scratch fever. You should play it. With your cat right there in the front
with the dingleberry.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Cat scratch fever. Oh, we're gonna play that song. That should be the theme song of the podcast.
Oh my God.
Work on that. We expect it next time for
sure. Get Ted Nugent's approval. That's funny. That's who sings it, I think, right?
Yeah, it is. I was gonna ask if he was still alive.
You should cover it. You play guitar and you sing. That's all you need.
I could sing and kind of play the guitar.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a pretty easy song to do. No?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Make Brendan play it.
Yeah, I was gonna say
you sing.
Yeah, he'll play it. I'll sing.
All right.
The best
Deal.
duet.
All right,
So
what about you?
it's changed.
Do you know the question?
Yeah, I kind of remember the question.
All right, perfect. That's all you need, just a little bit.
It's definitely grown dramatically. I still think financially it's hard for a lot of players to make it on tour because there's still not enough money out there. We are getting bigger companies and more money pulling in, but we're nowhere near what we need to be. Like career-wise, like I have a career, I can make a lot more money sitting at home working than I can on the road. And so I think that's something we have came a long ways, but we still have a lot to go.
For sure.
And whether that be the media or whatnot that's going to help us get there, or it's harder. Like I get so frustrated. I watch ESPN 24/7 and you see cornfall and all these other
rock skipping world
sports
championships.
out there, and you're like, how? But
watch this old fat dude skipping rocks.
Yeah.
And, cool, ESPN too. That's great.
This
Congratulations.
Awesome.
I play disc golf and we haven't even sniffed it there yet.
Exactly.
Oh, sweet.
So we came a long ways, but we still we still need those big companies out there to give us something to play for. We're nowhere near where ball golf is, or traditional golf, whatever you want to say. So we have a long,
for some reason.
we have a long ways to go. But like Kat said, there is that added pressure now of, we're constantly watched, even though it may not be by the entire world yet,
Enough of it.
Yeah.
But enough of it that you do.
Of the world, in the disc golf
that
world,
you do get recognized in the airport now, and you do get recognized, going down the street and stuff like that. So we're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. I will say, in Estonia, felt probably the most professional. That was, I felt like an actual professional athlete at the European Disc Golf Festival this year. That was eye-opening.
Yeah, yes. I mean, I think it's the closest we get to like the production of like a PGA event, right? Where you have the ropes. The fans are very respectful of the ropes.
Actual
they don't get in your personal
check
space.
Coming in where you felt, and take off your shoes as you enter the building. It was very clean and professional. So we have a long ways to go in the U.S. to match that, I think.
It kind of feels like Estonia's the Finland of like 10 years ago, where it's
Yeah.
like, of course, Finland's still amazing. They got a lot to offer from the disc golf, tournament side, but Estonia's kind of taken over as far as the growth and this, just the production of events and, how serious they take it. I think
the speed of things.
Yep. And how just overall, like you said, how professional they
Yeah.
have the infrastructure to have a locker room for the players
They had
only
some good
and all
help.
that stuff.
A little birdie told me rally
Rally,
races.
yeah.
The
head guy of that.
The head guy of that helped him and said, you need send him a 10-page letter. It said, this is what you need to do to make your sport grow. And they listened and it worked. I mean, it's very professional. So I think as much as we love the old fashioned side of disc golf, changes will need to be made, I think.
For sure.
Change is inevitable.
To get to a higher level.
If you stay in one spot, you stay the same, you're going to die.
That's words to live by. If you stay in one
Please
spot,
keep
you're going to die.
moving.
You will.
It's just factual.
You're going to get old and you're going to die in that spot if you don't move.
It's going to be miserable.
You got to do it. You got to
should
grow.
be a motivational speaker. You're so motivational. So inspiring.
I can travel around the schools and just tell kids.
Please not.
Yeah. Charge a lot of money just to tell them that. All right, I'm out.
Keep
I'll
moving.
leave you at that. Yeah. Keep moving. Yeah, exactly.
Keep moving.
Don't stop. Ever.
I won't.
Oh, it's funny. All right. Well, that ends that topic. Where do you see disc golf in 5 years? And then where do you see disc golf in 10 years? Just the growth between now and then.
You want my honest answer?
Yeah. Where do you want it to be? Yeah. Where would you like to see it
Where
get?
would I like to see it?
And then where do you think it's going to get to?
All right, we'll go with where I like
Optimistic.
to see it.
Let's see the optimistic answer first. Where do you want it to get
I would
to?
definitely like to see more on-site staying at the courses.
Yeah.
For sure.
As a fellow RVer.
Yes. Let us stay on site.
Yeah.
More money into the purses and more interaction with the fans somehow, but also more like protection from the fans and
Yeah.
stuff. So, it's a little stressful sometimes driving the RVs around.
You get the best of both worlds, yeah.
Because people are like looking in
Yeah.
there and like, who's in there?
Yeah.
It's Ricky in there. Yeah. They're trying to peek around.
Yeah.
I would kind of like to see it like Estonia.
Yeah.
Like every tournament, just like that with the ropes. You got, the people doing their little mini games. They got a petting zoo over there. They got multiple food options. They got the big screens.
Mm-hmm.
More money for the benefit of the players. Where I see it in 5 years is maybe just a step up from where we are right now.
As far as the money or the infrastructure, like you said, parking on the course,
it.
yeah.
Just all of it, honestly.
That's good.
I won't go into detail about it because, I don't want to get controversial.
Yeah.
But that's just where I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I just see small changes in the next 5 years.
Yeah. Cool. And what about you, Jen? You having a tough time biting your tongue? Is that what that face was? That's what that looked like.
Tough question,
Yeah.
honestly.
No, we've known each other too long.
Yeah, right.
I would love to see the growth, like we were just talking about. Like if cornhole can get there, just because they have
Yeah.
2 cameras showing, what do we need to do? But I mean, traditional golf is shown on TV. It's a lot easier, I think, to watch disc golf than it is
100%.
traditional golf. So I hope that we somehow just have that one person out there come help us.
Yeah.
That helps us bridge that gap and gets us to that next level. Because I don't think we're far. Like the talent, we have the talent.
Yes.
Yeah, we have the product, for
We
sure.
have the product. We just
yeah.
have to get that next broadcasting step up, I think, and with that comes the money because you get the bigger sponsors because they want to be on ESPN.
Yeah, we have, like you said, you said it perfect. We have the product, which is the players and the highly skilled FPO, MPO players to showcase that product. We just need someone to represent that product to the people that can give it that next boost.
There's this little gap that we got to jump. We're lacking a bridge that we need.
For sure. Yeah, and I think,
to compete that.
if we were to try to do this 5-10 years ago, we maybe didn't have, like you said,
People would laugh at us.
Smaller divisions. Yeah, you had smaller divisions. You didn't have it,
Yeah.
You had a lot of, you still had, the handful, you and Paige and all the, the handful of Katrina Allen, they were very skilled, still are. And, but you didn't have the deep field to where you had, like you said, in field size now, 50 to 100 FPOs.
What is it for, MPO? what, 10:30? 10:30 is not cashing?
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
I mean, think about that.
Right.
Think about that 5 years ago.
Right.
10:30
You're
would
a
have been
top
winning
10.
everything.
Yeah, or winning,
and you know, it used to be like women were like, oh my gosh, I'm not, you know, I broke 900 and like 950 was so out of reach. And now, you know, we have
1,000
women,
rated,
you know, getting up there to
950
1,000.
is a low rated round now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're
So
bummed if you
I
shoot
mean,
that,
the talent, and we're all growing together. But I think it's just going to take one or two great connections to push us to that
Absolutely.
next level.
I think like Estonia is a great model, but I think it's such a small country where it's easier to get those connections with the
Absolutely.
government and all
Yeah.
these things because it's the size of, you know, half the size of
And
Detroit.
they don't have
like
the big
one city.
sports that,
Yeah.
that the U.S. has. So,
And
they're,
also
you know,
Kristen, everyone knew Kristen.
Right.
Like all the Bolt drivers, they're like, why are you in Estonia? Like, we're here for the disc golf tournament. Oh, Kristan's playing, yeah? I was like, yes, she is.
Yeah, their faces on the billboards
Yeah.
everywhere you walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
so we have a lot more to compete against, and the money in our government and whatever in the sporting world gets spread a little more thin,
Yeah.
sponsorship wise, where the smaller countries, you know, it's one
Finland,
of the top.
Estonia.
It's one of the top sports there. So
Yeah.
we have a big battle to climb with that,
And
but we
so
can do it.
Yeah, we can. I think that is definitely a way bigger hurdle than they have to face because they
Yeah.
don't have as much competition because there's just so many people and so many things
Right.
going on in the
Yeah.
States that maybe they don't have to deal with that. There's a million people. I mean, if our country was that big, you would be able to get right to the government person and be like, all right, this is what we want to do. Here's our plan, like you said, to make the disc
Yep.
golf one of the most popular things in Estonia. Snap your fingers, and a couple years later, they do it.
Yeah,
Right?
so I think it can happen. I think it's not going to take much for us to be big. It's just going to take the right person and the right connection.
Facts.
What is something the sport could be doing to grow the women's game in a better way? So, like, yeah, just something that Kat Mertsch would like to see to help grow the sport and take it to that next step. What do you think it would take if you had your
Honestly,
ideal world?
If I had my ideal world in Cat's Fantasyland,
Yep.
women get into the tournaments, not like playing, but to come spectate for free.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Free entry for all the women's. What we do
Women's?
at all the women's.
We hope you bring your friends.
Yes, you want more than one. I respect that. You want
Please
more
bring
than
your
one? Yeah, exactly.
What we do at Throw Pink with that clinic, every tournament. Take some time out and involve the women and have a like meet and greet and stuff and just give back to them and make them feel seen because it's hard to be a woman just in general, especially in a male dominated sport.
And it kind of makes it easier for it to catch on with those women. It seems if you're able to
Absolutely.
spend some time and be like, yeah, like, you know,
Yeah.
as opposed to me, like I could do it, but it would mean more if like you said, another woman
Yeah,
did it. You would
yeah.
feel more relatable to that and they feel like it's going to stick better.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
think that's cool.
creating a space for all of these ladies to come and like have a place because community it's hard to come by. The US is very cliquey. Like everything's
sure,
got its
yeah.
own little thing. But if we create this space for all these ladies of all ages, all backgrounds to come and be and just hang out and throw some frisbee, I think we could really have an impact on the women.
Yep. No, for sure. What do you think, Jen?
I kind of have a question back to
All
you,
right.
maybe. How long do you think, I mean, because our numbers, like we talked about it, we used to be static if we had 4
Yeah.
FPO players. Now we have up to 80. So we're almost to that point where our fields are packed. So at what point, and do we think that we can still survive? I don't think we can do like our own tour, but are we going to be able to have enough good courses that are on the same property or at the same place that we can alternate men and women on courses so we can grow our field? Because until we open up our field to more depth, we're going to cap ourselves pretty quick on women that can play.
Yeah, for sure. Because then, and like you said, it's going to prevent those, maybe some of the ladies that are on tour that maybe don't make it, they're going to fall off, and then you need new ones to pick up. That's just how sports goes. There's always going to be cycles and generations of like,
And
all
I
right.
think in women more than anything.
Yeah, for sure.
The number of women that I've seen come and go over the years is
even more than, like you said, males.
For
way
sure.
more, yeah.
We're the
Turnover,
making the
higher
babies.
turnover,
We're going
exactly.
to get
more
a job.
things going on. Yeah, totally.
You have to take care of your family. I mean, I've seen so many women come and go over the years because of that, and because the women statistically don't make the money on tour.
Right. No, that definitely
I mean,
is
even
a thing too.
back in the day, they're like, well, if there's 3 women, why should I even play? I can just stay home and save my $100
Yeah, exactly.
or whatever.
Right. You're just playing for your own entry fee back,
Right,
basically.
right. And we have women on tour that are like, I'm going to hold off and not play this one because I can't, cash at that course. So I'm just going to save my $500
Right, yeah, exactly.
and not play this week. So, I mean, there's still a big
You still run into that
problem, currently. But I think if we do grow and we're staying like positive on the growth that we're going to have, at what point will we be able to like split to open up the depth of our field?
Yeah, I think that's the only, it's obviously the pro tour. It's really up to them. Is like, it's a risk for them to see like, hey, if we do this, it could pay off. There could,
but it opens up more spots for guys.
Yeah, it's a win-win for both. Yeah. And and I think that's the biggest thing is it's the pro tour that has to decide that, and you have to, go up to them with a plan of like, hey, this is why I think it can work. And all the things that go into it, because it's not just like, oh yeah, let's just do it. And there's a lot that goes into it. Obviously, making that decision, as I'm sure both of you know that. And I think that's really the biggest thing is that it's self-sustaining. If they can sustain, and you can get those extra women to sign up, and the fans to come out and watch, which you guys have the field and exciting players to watch that the people want to come out. And so it may actually be beneficial to have your own tour because then people could go to both separately.
Well,
right?
I think we're going to I personally think that we need to like stay together. But it's just going to be finding courses that have 2 courses close by. Like we have another course down in the same park at Kensington, like finding places, Vegas or whatever that have 2 courses on the same property that the Disc Golf Pro Tour rolls in, unloads the trucks, and they're there for both, but we're close enough, and we can have our FPO course, and when there's the MPO course, and people can still go and watch both, and watch the women in the morning or whatever.
Having a venue that kind of fits both, and maybe some courses that are actually fun to watch the women on instead of a big distance competition every week.
Right.
I think also, just for me, given my 2 cents, is that like, let's say coming down the final day and you got a close lead card, everyone's close, you don't know who's going to win, you want people to come out and watch. If you have it at like, because you guys tee off early, right? But if you were to tee off later on your own tour potentially, then you're going to have that Sunday afternoon crowd of like, all right, Janelle and Owen and Kat and all these players are teeing off at 2 or 3 p.m. and not 9 or 10 o'clock, right? And so that's what we have to work with now. But then you're going to get more people just for that simple fact that like, you're out later in the afternoon and people are going to want to come out, and it's going to be more spectator friendly from that standpoint, right? Because even for the men, if we teed off at 10 a.m., we're not going to have as much as if we teed off at 3 p.m.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
I have a lot of friends that like watching both. So I think
right now
there's pros and cons to
right
that, because they want to see the men win just as much as they want to see the women now.
For sure. No, 100%.
Because you said like the talent is so good. There's a battle every weekend in every division.
100%.
So
Kat, so you just won the CCR last week.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Tell us about that. How did that go, and how did it play out?
Oh my God. So day 1 I shot, it was either like a 9, was it a 9 or 10, Chowder? It was a 10. I shot a 10 down, and then Rebecca Dawn shot a 10 down. And I was like, all right, kids playing good. Go to the next day, me and Rebecca tied up again. I'm like, all right, it's coming down to the final day. And that was the most stressful round I think I've ever played in my career so far. I know there's going to be more. Even, getting second at Worlds last year wasn't that stressful at all. But because there were times where I was like, I'm not going to win. This girl will not stop lacing this
incredible
line.
Too.
She's making 30-footers. And I'm like, all right. So it comes down to the 18th, and she throws her shot like a little too straight into the bush. And then she's got to pitch out, and then she's still out. And she looked at me, and she's like, you or me, Kat? I was like, you. And then she missed her putt, and I got the layup for par and tap in. It was really nice. It felt great, honestly.
It was the greatest layup ever, huh?
So
layup for the win.
Sick,
That's always
dude.
the greatest
It's
layup
kind of a stressful layup.
Dude, yeah, for real. Up on like
he's on the waterfall basket?
Yeah.
With the waterfall,
I might have trickled over some rocks. I might have like bounced my disc off a rock.
And almost rolled?
A little bit, but I mean,
a little interesting.
It went right by the basket. I was like, all right, sweet.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of rolling back like it potentially could have.
Yeah, that would have been a nightmare. But also, I wouldn't have expected anything less for me.
Yeah. Par for the course as far as how you
pretty
go.
much, dude.
How everything goes for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're an ice bather though, huh?
Yes,
Did you do a
dude.
victory ice bath? After?
No, it's just too warm to keep
Yeah.
the ice bath. I have a portable ice bath.
Yeah,
but
and you just gotta buy ice.
I just have to buy ice.
So nice though when it's like after like Ledgestone,
Yeah.
it was 1,000,000% humidity.
Yeah, dude.
That's the nicest
Just
time to do it.
sickening outside.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I love the ice baths, man. I can't wait till
I
it
have one that
gets
cycles the
crazy.
water, so you don't have to like. You just
You have that box?
yeah, and they're expensive, but like you don't have to buy ice because ice gets
Yeah.
like you said, it's kind of annoying to have to buy ice all the time.
Yeah.
But
It's like a
especially when it's that hot.
$600 box.
It
isn't
is pretty expensive, yeah.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, you buy ice for, a couple months, and next thing you know, you've bought one of those things.
Yeah.
And then when
20,
you're
30 bucks at the gas
massive,
station.
don't
Getting one of
Yeah.
those, honestly, because of that. Like, I miss taking my ice baths. They're not too good for women to take all the time.
Yeah,
but like,
I have seen that.
Yeah, it's just not
once in a
good.
while. Not
Yeah.
consistently, but once in a
Yeah.
while.
You have to-
once a week or something.
You have to set
Schedule
it
it
up
out,
with
yeah.
your phases.
Yeah, for sure.
Your,
It's
your
different.
cycles.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's definitely different for sure. But
no,
there's a
yeah.
time and a place for sure for it. Mm-hmm. Do you do them?
Heck no. My arthritis says get in the heat.
Yeah.
A sauna.
I did do. I really tried to get you in Finland to come to the ice chamber. I don't know what that was called.
Yeah, I
What?
never did
That-
make it there. Yeah. The cryo?
Cryotherapy.
Yeah, cryo, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the wand. This was like the actual chamber that you go into.
Okay.
So I could do the
Oh
cold
my
air,
God. It's
but
like a
the
reverse
water.
sauna.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and so it drops you to I
Yeah,
don't know how
it-
cold, very cold.
Yeah.
But that I could tolerate. It's the water
It's a little-
I can't.
The water's
I can't
it's
do.
directly on your skin. So
I was
that's
an
what makes it
aquatic
hard.
therapist
I
at
would- I
90 degrees
started-
for 12 years, and so I'm used to that water being warm. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I
can't
started
do it.
wearing socks and stuff in my ice bath and just keeping my feet above. Yeah, I was getting it to.
Yeah.
It was sitting at a 32.5.
Holy crud.
She was breaking the ice every morning to get in.
Yeah, I remember we were
Arkansas.
doing the back and forth videos.
Dude.
You're cracking your video. That was
We had a
crazy.
good time. Just hop in the hot tub afterwards. Gotta stand out in the
Yeah,
cold.
shivering your face off.
so good.
Well, it's crazy when you do that cold of an ice bath. You literally sit in the hot tub and you're still shivering.
Yeah,
because
it's
you're like
on
still
fire.
your
Feel it.
bone
You
chilling.
feel
Yeah.
it in your skin.
bones. Yeah.
So good to sleep
Yeah.
though. Good for your mental health.
Oh yeah, you just forget all the stress. Completely
Yeah.
goes away
Because you're trying to stay
freezing.
alive.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's a good thing though. If you're like super stressed, it freezes all your negative thoughts right out of your brain and just says, "All right, you're thinking about nothing but freaking heating up." That's
How
all you
to
think of.
breathe in
Yes.
and out.
Inhale, exhale. You're about to freeze literally
I
straight
tell
up.
you what, I threw one of my good discs in a creek in December, and I was able to get into the creek and give it a good
because
look.
your tolerance was up. Yeah.
Yeah, I stayed in there for about 5 minutes and shaking.
You go out to putt and you can't putt. Your disc just falls out of your hand. Yeah. It's impossible to putt like after an ice bath. You ever tried it? It's hilarious.
It's
just so
ridiculous.
freezing. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. But no,
Yeah.
I did not celebrate with an ice bath.
All right. Well, you got the
Should've.
win. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
All right. We've talked about the younger generation of kind of FPO, and for those watching, what would you give some of the younger generation of want to be FPO players in the future?
Man, there's going to be a lot of people that come in and out of your life that tell you a bunch of things. Luke Humphreys told me this. He said, a lot of people got good advice, but that doesn't mean it's good advice. So don't listen to everything you hear. Take it to heart and think about it a little bit, but you don't have to, like, own it. And some people may just straight up tell you that you ain't got it or you shouldn't try because you're not good enough. I had someone tell me that, actually. One of my boyfriends when I was a teenager who was playing disc golf said, do you ever think I would make it on tour? And he said, there's a lot of girls out there that just have more skill than you could ever have. And I went, really?
Use that as motivation.
Yeah. So I started putting after that day, but just, to cut that short, but believe in yourself. Because that's going to take you farther than any advice anyone can give you, any chip on your shoulder. If you don't believe in yourself first, then you already lost it. Like, you gotta believe. You have to see it first. Even if no one around you is trying to build you up, you have to build yourself up and put yourself in that vision and then make it real. That's what I did. I'm a living example of that.
Yep.
So just
No,
do
that's
that.
great.
Just believe.
Believe and don't move.
Yeah.
keep moving. Yeah, that's what it was. Keep moving.
Don't die.
The opposite. Don't take my advice. Take her advice.
Yeah, dude. This is what I'm talking about right here.
See? I'm too stagnant. I got to keep moving.
I would say make sure that you don't put too much pressure on yourself. So you do have to believe in yourself, but it breaks my heart when I go out there and I watch these little girls and they're so talented, and maybe something wasn't perfect, or they missed that 40-footer. Like they think they have to make everything. Because they can watch us on TV now. So they think that they
compare themselves.
Yeah. And you'll see them like break down crying, and it's just like, you're gonna miss those putts.
Yeah.
Look at all of us. We all miss those putts.
Throw it sideways every once in a while.
It happens. So I think there's a fine line of pushing ourselves, but like she said, you have to believe no matter what. But make sure that you don't build that pressure or have people putting too much pressure on you, because it will collapse your talent in a heartbeat.
For sure. No.
So that fine balance of pushing yourself hard, but also being easy on yourself when things don't turn out how they're supposed to.
Facts on facts, dude.
Yeah, because I think that's something you can see in every generation of FPO throughout the
sport
30 years or whatever, is that we have these incredible champions and we come and go, and you see those big spikes. It's I think because of how I'll say the estrogen in women, we care more, we put the pressure on ourselves, and we handle things differently. And I think we let it build on us a little bit more than the men do. The men can shrug it off the shoulders a little bit more and go on. And I think the women tend to hold that pressure a little differently, and it hurts our talent.
But also the women are kind of held to a little bit of a higher standard than the men too. A little bit.
So yeah, be easy on yourself.
Yeah.
You'll get better.
Right on.
Yep.
All right, now tell everybody how they can support you, Tour Series, maybe your Instagram.
Yeah, man. I got Tour Series Sidewinders and Stingrays available on the InnovaProShop.com. These Stingrays are pretty good. They fly and glide really straight. It was still a bit of fade. These Sidewinders, they're stable. Dude, they're stable for Sidewinders, but you can still get them to go far. I have a Shopify. You go search Cat Mertsch Shopify. It'll come right up. You can follow me on Instagram at The Legit Cat, my YouTube channel, The Legit Cat, The Legit Cat Merch on Facebook. I don't know if you knew this, but I'm pretty legit.
And you're in the cats. So it's
That's easy.
Jen?
Jennifer 15354, my PDG number on Instagram. And like Kat said, right there you can follow all of our Innova sponsored players with our Tour Series discs.
Yeah.
Like the last 9 years, I don't know. The Jen Allen T-Bird is one of the best glow T-Birds you'll ever throw, and the Proto Glow lights up all night long. So if you're into glow golf, the Proto Glow is incredible. And my Halo Rock 3, which is my go-to disc, both of those.
Did you ace with that last 1 year at USDGC on hole one?
Throw peak.
Oh, you did the basket throw off thing?
No,
she aced
during the tournament. Okay, that's awesome.
The first ace by a woman at Throw Pink, and
on
then
hole one?
Then little Paige got 17 after, like the day later.
That's so awesome. First one, and then the next day, Paige got one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've aced with my T-Bird on ESPN.
Yep.
The Rock didn't make ESPN, but it still was the first by one.
It was sick.
It was pretty cool. So
I saw
my Tour Series love to ace.
Yeah, all right. Hey, that's all you need to hear. Well, thank you for joining. Really had a fun time sharing some stories, and we'll see you guys next episode.
Yeah, see you out on hole one.